Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Johnny Barks, and to my left or right, whatever direction, that is Bryan too, and this is the Johnny Barks Show, and Bryan too. So, some of you may not know who either of us are. Some of you may be familiar with me, but we have a video from the one and only Brandon Perna to kind of kick off the show and give you guys a little introduction since he's not able to join us tonight. So here we go.
Hey, who the hell are these guys? Who the hell are these two guys? Well, I wanted to intro Johnny Barks. Some of you guys know Johnny Barks has been helping me edit videos for a year and a half now. Just a general, all-around badass. That's who Johnny Barks is. And just like we've been co-streaming with Let's Talk Broncos, I wanted to co-stream Johnny's podcast, his football channel, his fantasy football, whatever the hell it is from week to week. Johnny is great. They have a cool guest today. I couldn't join him live, so I just wanted to kick out a little video. Subscribe to his channel. Make sure you show them some love and stick around for the conversation that they're going to have with a very, very special guest. Oh, yeah, Johnny's a friend, too. He's not just a co-conspirator in the world of YouTube. He's a friend of mine, so make sure you treat him right. Take it away, Johnny. Now take it. I forget how this works.
Take it away, Johnny.
I didn't see that yet, but hey, he is my friend. I did not pay him to do that. He actually pays me in order to call me his friend. You can actually say so. No, we hope we had a good show for you tonight, guys. We hope we've a really good week of football last week, and hopefully an even better weekend of football. Not going to go deep into previews. Let's go ahead and introduce our guest here because we got a very special guest in the lobby waiting for us, and Why wait? Let's bring him in, Mr. Paul Garrett, ladies and gentlemen.
Paul, we made it.
Yo, how y'all doing?
Dude, man, thanks for making the time. Very special alumni. We are the alumni. You're still a student, but yeah, it's always cool to read up on how our Panthers are doing. And man, they got a stud today. So
yes,
yeah, what's the number at right now? What's the number of rushing yards? 5,000, 4,000, something?
It's like 5,500 or something like that. I don't lost count, really.
That's about 5,000 more than me or Bryan have combined.
Yeah. So, cool fact about Paul. Paul currently holds the NCAA career rushing yards record for a current player. And I looked it up. I actually have the exact number. It's 5,770 according to the NCAA. So, and I was looking up the Greenville stats, and they're a little off. They like have more in certain games and less in certain games, but the one they're using in the NCAA is 5,770. So you are 230 yards away from hitting the 6,000 career rushing yards in NCAA. So I think that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
So when you were going into picking schools, what were you considering other schools? What led you to go to Greenville in particular?
So coming out of high school, I didn't have like no offers. So it was like late in the recruiting process, and I was on this recruiting app. It's called NSA. And one of the coaches, he ain't here no more. Shout out to Coach T. He hit me up on there telling me they needed a running back. And that was sadly the only offer I had coming out of high school. So I just took the most out of the opportunity, just ran with it, really.
Right on.
That's what you gotta do. I mean, hey, I respect that, man. So what is it about Greenville that's like? What is it? This was your fourth year there, or did you have a COVID year? Fifth year? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So what's kind of your impression of it? This is a weird kind of small town, right?
Right. Oh yeah. It ain't really weird for me because where I'm from in Alabama, it's like the same exact thing. Like small town, everybody love football. Just everybody know each other, not too big. So I mean, I'm really used to the culture and everything that's going on around here. Really, as soon as I stepped foot on campus, it was just being away from home. I never been away from home really till I got up here. So it was
it's a long drive.
Oh yeah, very long drive.
So who's your team then? You got an NFL team, or are you more college Roll Tide guy?
Oh yeah, roll tide, roll tide. I watch a lot of both of college and NFL. I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan and
Okay.
Alabama fan. So.
We have Packers and Bears here. We just need a Lions fan here now.
Oh, okay.
But, no, again, thanks for joining us, man. We got some film here. Let's pull up because I was watching some of your highlights, man. I gotta tell you, I was very impressed. I'm not a huge film guy, but let's pull this up here. So this one run here had me very impressed. It seems like you have a very particular style. This play was like probably my favorite one of yours. So I see this signature move of yours. It seems like you just use your speed to just run past everyone else. Was that about an accurate assessment?
Signature move.
Nah, coming to the season, man, that was a big thing I've been working on, really just expanding on just getting faster, because I know how it is. Once you reach the next level, you just got bigger guys running the same speed as you. So I just been really just trying to focus on getting faster. So I've been really just putting that in my arsenal, just really just blowing by guys every chance I can get, really.
Just squatting all the lifts. What's your 40 time? Do you got a 40 time?
Oh yeah, it's a low 4.6.
Hey, that's not bad. That's still not bad. I mean,
Yes, sir.
You got to mix that power and speed to get away with all that.
You got to.
Yeah, really part of it's just like being explosive. So if you can, hit the hole as fast as you can, as quick
Right.
as you can. Obviously being patient. It seems like you're a patient runner when you need to be, but when you see that opening, you are like attacking it right away. And every clip I've seen is just like, oh
yeah. And really just based off our scheme a little bit, a lot of our runs is just really just either you being patient, letting let the block set up, or really once you take that step, you just get vertical and you just go full speed and just you get into the box, man.
Right.
That play was the other one I really liked. You just blew past that linebacker. He had an earful from that Monday morning or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And they're not expecting.
Minnesota Vikings.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Vikings fan. So you big like Adrian Peterson guy. Any other guys you would like model your game after?
I really like Travis Etienne and
all right, yeah,
Alvin Kamara.
Yeah,
Bryan just made a big fantasy trade, kind of ripped off.
I like to hear
our
Travis Etienne.
He got Travis Etienne. He's been balling for him since.
Yeah, so I traded Tony Pollard away for Travis Etienne in fantasy football, and it was like the perfect time to do it. Like Tony Pollard was still at his peak, but he was coming down, and then Travis Etienne was like starting to come up. I just traded him, and I was like, boom.
Yeah. It was very savvy. Yeah. I was very mad. We had a lot of drama regarding that. But
people were mad at me. But yeah, so what? So who?
You want to do our little game now?
I was gonna say we have a couple of games we wanted to play. They're not one's just like a speed round of questions, and we'll see how many questions you can get in 30 seconds. Johnny, do you have like a timer on your phone you could pull up?
Let me set a timer.
So some of these questions are Greenville related. Some of them are just you as a person, what your interests are.
Okay.
So by the way, where are you at right now? What's the building you're at right now? What are you in your bedroom?
Yeah, I'm in my bedroom. I actually stay off campus though. I got a house off campus.
That's the way to do it.
So, nice.
Yes,
that's what you want. It's hard to do that at Greenville. That's a hard.
It is.
You had to go through like a request process, and you had to like, I live in Greenville, and I'm a community.
Oh yeah.
It's a hard process. I applaud you. So,
they probably made it easier after we left, Ryan. I'm sure.
Yeah, probably. I
mean, the word was community that gets thrown around all the time. I'm sure that's still the case, but it's important to be a part of the community.
Yeah.
So where's my timer right here? So
okay. All right. So let's do this. So, Johnny, when you start the timer, tell me so I can start reading.
Just tell me when to start it, and I'll start it.
All right. Pull up on the screen. Ready and go. Favorite binge show to watch?
I don't know.
Favorite show to watch? What's your favorite show to watch on Netflix?
Everybody Hates Chris.
Everybody Hates Chris. Okay. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No.
Okay. Least favorite professional athlete?
Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks. Okay. What's your dream job?
NFL team owner.
NFL team owner. Okay. What animal describes your playing style?
Cheetah.
Cheetah. Okay. Who was your favorite professor at Greenville?
Professor Jane Bill.
Okay, Jane Bell in the business department.
Right.
Who's your least favorite professor? You don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
Yeah, I ain't really got a least favorite.
Okay, all right, good. That's good. Apple or Android?
Apple.
Okay. Are you a fan of the new Madden?
Oh yeah, big fan.
Okay. Was that 30 seconds, Johnny?
That was more than
Okay.
3. Well, we got them all though. We got them all.
All right, good.
What's your team you play? Who you play on Madden with? Or do you do MUT?
I like playing with the Jaguars. Probably the Lions.
Yeah.
So
Lions are really good. They're nasty this year.
They very good this year.
So you have
Good
Jahmyr
defense.
Gibbs and David Montgomery as your running backs there.
Oh yeah.
And I mean last year
was just too injury prone, unfortunately. But I mean he's still a beast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you have a game tomorrow. You're playing Kalamazoo on a Friday.
Yes, sir.
So can you sort of walk me through this team that you're going to be playing tomorrow and like how you guys are preparing for them?
Yes, sir. So we've been preparing for them all week. It's the game being on a Friday, it's a little different for us. I think that changed just the preparation process. But other than that, we just been focusing all week on just being the best version of ourselves for real. The season ain't went really how we wanted to, but it's another game. It's the next game, and this is actually a non-conference game for us, so it'd be a big game for us, especially going into the last conference game of the year. But they're a solid team, good solid team all around. Not too young, not too old. They got I'll probably say their weakest point is probably they linebackers. But it's another football game that we got to be ready for. So that's the main goal at the end of the day. Just going out getting the dub and just everybody doing their job at 110%, man. So
right. And so also we didn't say this at the beginning, but if anybody in the chat has any questions for Paul is a running back for Greenville University, D3 school. He's also the current NCAA leading career rushing yards person. So I don't know how you would say that, but current career rushing yards leader.
Has Nick Marrow reached out to you? Just as a alumni to one stud?
Me and Nick actually got sort of a good relationship. He was in town when we retired the jersey and gave him the key to the city. But he definitely be in my ear here and now and then, just giving me words of encouragement and things like that. So he definitely be around, just trying to be that extra motivator for me, man.
Yeah, Nicholas Marrow, linebacker for the Eagles. I think he just had like a safety week or two ago.
Oh yeah,
he's been playing some good ball.
Oh
yeah.
Brian, it was Brian's old roommate actually at Greensboro.
Yeah, so my senior year, my roommate from freshman through junior year left, and then Nick's roommate left, and so he was like, "Hey, can we just be roommates for this semester?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I don't care." So we were roommates. I'm definitely not a disciplined person.
Yeah.
And if you know Nick, he's discipline is his like middle name. Like that's
right.
So I would sleep into like 11 a.m. every day, and I would have dreams of every show. He'd get up at like 6 a.m., eat his breakfast, and watch his favorite show at the time, which was Madam Secretary, which is a weird show to be into. But and I would have dreams that I was like the vice president of the United States, and I was like, why am I having these dreams? And I was telling Nick about it. He's like, dude, I watched this show, Madam Secretary. That's probably why. But a very disciplined guy. We had different. Like I was like a music student, no sports whatsoever, but I was into sports. So we just kind of hung out. I tried to set him up with some of my friends that were girls, and he was like, "No, I'm focused on football." That was basically our relationship. But great guy. So in Greenville is like one of those like sleeper schools where it's like it's if you're playing football, if you're playing a sport, like the school is a sports school. Like over 50% of the students at Greenville are athletes. So
yes, sir.
It's a very sports friendly school. If anybody's interested, if they have young family members who want to go play sports at a school, go look into Greenville. I'm doing
That's the old residence
Yeah.
counselor.
Yeah, I'm trying to
used to
get
work
people
for
to go there. I used to work there too. So
Which
that
if
asks
you
a
could
good
pick
question.
a team, if you could pick a team to play for, to get drafted by, who would it be?
I'd probably say Kyle Shanahan. I like how he got a big brain for the offense, man. Just being creative. So a lot of creative stuff coming from him. So I think that'll be a good fit for me.
They could probably use you, man. They could probably use you right now.
Oh yeah, I went
they're a
by
little baked
playing
up. Yeah, they're not playing that. The best ball was like four games in a row they lost now. 3 games.
Yeah. But they are a good running back team. Even before Christian McCaffrey, like they've had historically good, solid running backs coming in and out. But
oh yeah.
All right, we got one more game for you. We got
so we know that you have a twin brother, right?
Yes, sir.
He's on the football team. He plays linebacker. His name's Dwayne. Is that
Yes,
right?
sir.
So I have a twin too, and
Okay.
I want you to look at this next picture. And I'm going to give you 3 guesses, and I'm going to let you try and figure out which one is my twin. And you have to explain sort of like, this person because he has the same or knows or she, whatever. So let's look at this picture. I'll give you 3 choices.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody standing out to you?
I say dude in a light blue shirt.
Light blue shirt in the middle. That's not my twin. That's my friend Isaiah. He was my boss at Greenville. He's my hall director. Nope. That's my friend. No relation. Okay. That's one guess.
What about dude with the glasses on by the women on the right side?
Right side. Okay. Middle right. That's a picture of me with glasses on. Okay. He does kind of look like me though a little bit because it's me.
It's an older picture.
that's I was on the all college hike in that picture. If you,
that was from
that's where that picture is from. But that is a picture of me. Okay, one more guess.
I'm gonna say the guy next to him.
To the right of him?
Jelly Roll?
To the right
Jelly Roll, the country artist. He doesn't have a tattoo on his face. I think they photoshopped it out or something, but it was before he got it. But yeah. So my twin's the top left. That's Billy on the top left.
Okay.
Yeah. And then of course Brandon. I don't know if you noticed the guy in the middle right bottom. That's Joe Flacco with a bald head. Somebody photoshopped his head bald. And then Brandon.
I see that now.
Yeah,
I can see it
now. You're a good sport, man. That was great.
I was gonna say, so are you an identical or fraternal twin?
We identical. We look like just alike. So
okay. Well, here's the thing. On your stat sheet, it says that you're an inch shorter than him.
Oh.
It says you're 5'9" and you're 5'10".
Yeah, he a little bigger and a little taller than me. So I give him that. That's it though. I give him that.
Awesome.
You drink more milk as a kid? Whatever. Got milk? I don't know.
Well, Paul, if you want to shout out anything like your Twitter handle or anything like that, feel free to shout it out, and why don't you share a little bit about the game tomorrow, where people can go see it if they're in the area.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I want to give a shout out, man. Clay County, Alabama. Love y'all. Always love for y'all. My parents, man. All my homies back to the crib. All my homies still playing football. Shout out to everybody that been supporting. And the game tomorrow, we home. 7 o'clock, Kalamazoo, and we've been playing at the Greenville High School field because our field getting remodeled right now. So that's what we'll be playing at, and just come out support, man.
Yeah, Friday Night Lights.
Oh yeah.
Right on. Well, we'll try and get some people to come out there, and we'll try and go see you. But Paul, thanks for joining us today, and we'll talk soon. And good luck to you for the rest of the year. Hope you get to 6,000 yards this year.
Okay, yes sir. I really appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man. Thanks
All
for
right,
coming
we'll
on.
talk-
Thanks for
Yes,
taking the
sir.
time, buddy.
See y'all right on.
All right.
That was Mr. Paul Garrett, the NCAA career rushing leader for active running backs. That was a great interview, man.
Yeah, I feel like we did a good job with that. I don't know, like I was like nervous.
Yeah, we
some
actually
reason.
prepared for it. So we broke down
Yeah.
some of his film. You guys saw some of his highlights. I thought that was all professional.
Very professional.
A little pat on the back for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's recap this past week. Where were we at in the rundown? So yeah, Bears, Tyson Bagent,
Bejan.
Bagent,
Agent. Tyson Bagent.
Bagent Orange,
Quarterback.
not actually the guy for the Bears, huh? That lasted what, like a week?
Yeah. So I mean he's starting this week, so he's
Yeah, he still has a chance. Yeah,
I think if he was horrible, he wouldn't be starting. I think part of it was he wasn't that bad in the game. He just wasn't into or he wasn't able to respond to how bad our defense was. Like he was when he'd get the ball, it would be like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you can't just put it on him, but I did see some like a couple bad throws that like weren't even intercepted that should have been.
right.
But excuse me. But yeah, just a weird time to be a Bears and Packers fan. I mean, I think it's appropriate. We're on a Broncos channel because I think a lot of teams are just the Broncos actually.
Yeah.
If you really think about it.
The Giants,
philosophical.
Raiders,
The Giants, Raider. We're all just the Broncos.
We're all just
we were
different
laughing at
versions
the
of the
Broncos
Broncos.
last year. And
yeah.
thank you, Bruno. Thank you, Bruno.
Here's another thing. The quarterback situation across the league is very awkward.
It's very weird, and it's kind of sad to see Kirk Cousins. I think that was actually, I think we gave him his roses, but I think he's still a little underappreciated. I think Perna was making a good point of that in his video from one of his videos the other day.
Mhm.
Yeah, like he's like a solid quarterback, and just because the Vikings just kind of had really bad luck, and they had good luck last year in stark contrast, he got a lot of hate, and like there was a whole meme last year that like, oh, every quarterback is Kirk Cousins, but like I don't know, man. Like he played well this year. He was probably one of the top. I think he was top 5 in passing yards and passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
So yeah, just like really crappy luck for Vikings fans. I don't really have much sympathy for him. Okay, yeah. I do. It sucks to hear CQ. Just seeing how they treated Rodgers, like when he went down, like putting his broken collarbone on their like greatest Minnesota sports moments in history. That was a little low. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks for Kirk. Yeah, with a K.
Well,
I had a thought. I had something else I was leading into that thought, but I don't remember what else it was.
Yeah, and I'm very gassy right now, so I'm like doing a lot of this. Like, yeah, that's good. Sorry.
I burped. It's okay. I burped on our first show. After the interview. I was holding it for after the interview.
I had Wingstop tonight for dinner with a mellow yellow. So I had lemon pepper wings.
Yellow. They still make yellow. I thought it was. I guess no. That was 7-Up. That's changed it to Starry, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah. No. It was. Yeah. No. Yeah. It was 7-Up. No. It was Sierra Mist. To Starry, but yeah. No. I don't like this team.
On, Cole?
Like Johnny and
Thanks
Perna.
for coming in. Thanks for coming in, guys. Yeah, well, let's get into our fantasy starts of the week. Let's do that. So every week we pick one position. We got a quarterback, a running back, receiver, and a tight end, and then we save our best for last, special defense and kicker picks. Just some guys that might be available in your league. Some guys we think might have a good week, but don't take our opinion. Like, don't take it for word because we also kind of sucked. I do at least.
I
had a couple good weeks.
Johnny, speak for yourself.
Then,
I'm going to say that.
I'm 2-6, and he is 4-3 in fantasy.
4-4 because we're. I think we had 8 weeks.
Yeah,
yeah.
I can't math. So
here were our picks.
Back up.
Hey,
just being efficient with the slideshows, guys.
I love being unable to find Red Wings
Detroit
here.
NHL. What kind of music do you folks like? I kind of a little bit of everything, honestly.
Yeah. So Yeah, I mean, I'd say that too. I'm very into.
He's a drummer.
So I drum in cover bands and stuff for fun to make money on the side. And most of the music we play is like, some of it I like, but most of it's just like people in bars that are drinking like that music. But I'm starting to get into like old country, like Western music, but I think I'm mostly gonna stick to like alt rock from '90s, early 2000s and beyond. So, but
I like to mix it up. I have a big playlist I like to just keep on shuffle. It has like everything on it. Honestly, I feel like I just bought a Creed CD, and I've been unironically listening to Creed a lot. Still, I love them. I bought their greatest hits album. It was $6 at Walmart. It was a steal. Let's get on to we didn't have a podcast last week, so we're gonna recap our picks from a couple weeks ago, just so you guys can. Accountability is important to us. All right. So
yeah,
I crapped the bed. Very mad week for me. County Ingram. That was the game he got like 0 touches, wasn't it? So
yeah. So, and these were from last week. Like, these weren't what they did this. Wait, no, these are from 2 weeks ago. Performances from 2 weeks ago. So 2 Thursdays ago, that weekend. So if you're looking at this and you're like, what the heck?
Yeah, we don't linger on it, but
Luke Musgrave didn't do too bad. No.
I was going to pick him this week, but I didn't. We'll see.
But yeah,
let's get on with our quarterbacks. So our quarterback picks for the week. Taylor Heineke getting the start over Desmond Ridder. Tell us about that, Mr. Bryan.
So for this pick, I really couldn't decide between Heineke or Bryce Young. So I went with the guy who's a little bit more established. Heineke will probably get the ball a lot this week because they're playing the Vikings, who are starting their not so great Mormon rookie quarterback from BYU, Jaron Hall. So
you have anything against Mormons, dude?
Nothing against them. I'm just pointing out that he's Mormon and he's not great at football. Like, okay. He was in BYU, but I mean, in the NFL, what did he do last week? I think he had negative points.
He had a fumble. But he
like negative 1 point something points, but he only like snapped the ball like 7 times.
It was like one drive. Yeah, it was the fourth quarter.
Yeah. So, and I was trying to find the last time Taylor Heineke threw for over 300 yards, and it only happened twice back when he was on the Washington football team back in 2020 and 2021. So, I think he'll ball out at his first official start for this new team, and it's an easy matchup. So I think he'll go pretty swimmingly. This is a sleeper pick. So if you have a quarterback on a bye like Trevor Lawrence or Jared Goff or somebody like that, check out Taylor Heineke, check out Bryce Young. I'm going to go with Taylor Heineke.
I don't hate the pick. I considered looking at him, and then I saw that you had picked him, so I picked Mr. Baker Mayfield. The Bucs have lost 3 games in a row now, but they're not going to be sellers. They're still going to be competitive. They didn't trade Mike Evans like people thought they might have. Mm-hmm. I like him to go. So I think they're 13th most points. So not like top 10, but bottom half of the league for Texans on the defensive end. I like Baker to have a kind of a comeback game. They had a long week, so they played last Thursday, so they kind of had that long weekend and then a full week of practice to kind of get their crap together. I like Baker to have a good week. I think he's projected like 16 or 17 points on Yahoo. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But moving forward with that, Mr. Darell, or is it Darell Henderson?
Darell
Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy in LA week to week, I guess, until they get Mr. Kyron Williams back. But yeah, he looked like I thought he was going to be inactive last week, but then I guess they added him back. So he did play last week. Got some good in the running and passing game. I think got some work in. So I think I'd expect him to do that against the Packers, who God, they have no freaking soul at all.
They just are.
They let Cam Akers score the first touchdown of the year for the Vikings. Like that. That's kind of all you need to know about that. So I'm assuming that Henderson's going to go ham on him. I think LaFleur and McVay have played a few times, but I think LaFleur has won every single one of them. So I'm expecting McVay to like really look for his revenge as well. You got to use whatever ship is on your shoulder. So
yes,
yeah, I think he might be available in a lot of leagues still. So he's a guy if you need a running back. Unfortunately, not in our league because I need a running back, but there's nothing but like Zeke out there for me. So
You just let me know. We can make a trade happen.
let's talk. Let's talk after the show.
Let's talk after the show.
Yeah.
I'll put a pin in that. Also, if anybody's listening, if you want to add your, who would you start, this person or that person?
Yeah,
we're not experts by any means, but we spend too much time on this. I mean, Johnny edits videos for this, and football and having a child are like my two favorite things. So, so that's what I focus my life on. So, feel free to throw in your questions in the chat about this person or that person.
I'm putting my laptop on the charger real quick.
Tim says maybe you can pull
Najee on the trade block.
Putting Najee on the trade block.
I'm so sorry. No one wants Najee. I promise you that.
Hey, Johnny, I think Najee would be a good fit for your team. He'd also be a good fit for
honestly, he would.
Steven's team.
If we can get a trade before in 45 minutes, Tim, send me an offer.
So I picked Chuba Hubbard for mine. Colts give up a lot of scoring to the opposing teams, period.
They do.
They also give up the 5th most fantasy points to opposing running backs. So, and he's had a couple of good games, one great game. The rest have been horrible. But this is by far the best matchup he's had all year. So I can see Chuba going off now that Bryce Young's sort of getting the hang of his position. So, yeah, I 100%
is Miles, because I saw Miles Sanders played, but he only got 1 touch. So I didn't look into that, but I don't know why they're paid him like $20 million for like 3-4 years. So I don't know why they would do that. God, I have burpee tonight. I don't know why they would do that, but Chuba's a good player, but I don't think he's better than Miles Sanders. But Eckler for Najee, just because I play you this week, that's not very cool. D-Hop having a big night. Yeah, I was gonna pick D-Hop, but it felt a little too easy for receivers. I try to pick players that might be on the waiver wire for y'all.
Thoughts on him having a big night, period. Like not.
Yeah. I definitely like it. I thought you thought about picking up like Jalen Burks or something like that, but I think it's legit. I think a lot of times we see something like that and it's not a fluke. We think it's just a fluke, but I think it might be difficult going against the Steelers defense, but also Minkah Fitzpatrick is hurt. So
yeah,
if they can protect Levis enough to like get time to throw it deep, I think that could be huge. So
sure,
we'll see what happens. But tell us about your receiver pick.
Demario Douglas. I'm also still pretty gassy, Johnny. I got lemon pepper wings, the barbecue wings, and then I ate a lot of ranch, and then I had mellow yellow. I'm pretty gassy right now. All that mixed together is it's hard to say.
Is that affecting your fantasy decisions?
I'm thinking so. It's more affecting.
Should we add you to the injury report, Bryan?
Add me as limited in
limited participation.
Limited participation, gassy, as the note. But I have Demario Douglas. This one seems obvious with Kendrick Bourne going down, and he's seeing his target share increase.
Yeah, I believe he was the top added player this week in fantasy.
Yes,
top waiver wire.
Which is weird because I picked him up after.
You got it for free, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'll take him.
You were like, I just don't need receivers. I need running backs now. So it is what it is.
I kind of am like, I'm just thin all around. So not in real life, but in fantasy, I just don't have a really good depth in anything. So besides my tight end for some reason, so DeMar is the only good option as like a pass catcher at this point in New England. He led the.
Is Devontae Parker healthy yet? Is he like out for the year? I remember when I was watching the Packers and Patriots in training camp, they kept throwing deep to Devontae Parker, and I thought that because I took him in a couple underdog drafts because I thought he might be that guy for them. And I think early in the season that he got a couple of catches like that, but I don't know if I haven't heard his name like in weeks now. I'm just not thinking about it. So
it says he's out with a head injury. In concussion protocol. So, I don't know if we might have to check. Can we have a fact checker in the chat? Check on Devontae Parker for us. Give him a call, see if he's healthy.
Shoot him a text.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm picking Demario Douglas. He was in 41 snaps last week, which was most by any wide receiver on the team.
That's huge. No, that's huge.
He had 7 targets.
Especially because rookie. Isn't he a rookie?
Yes.
Yeah, because rookies don't really do that great in New England. So it's
it's a favorable matchup against Washington.
Yeah. Well, I have Jahan Dotson because his usage has been skyrocketing lately compared to like earlier in the season. I think 10 targets last week and 8 the week before. So 18 targets in 2 games, pretty solid. That's what you want out of like at least a receiver 2 or receiver 3. So I think if we're just going by that metric, caught a touchdown, helped out his fantasy numbers even more last week. But I think him and Sam Howell, they like to throw the ball. Like Sam Howell's throwing the ball like 50 times a game. So I think it's worth throwing him in there.
Yeah,
he's a free agent right now. I considered throwing him in my flex spot, but I didn't. But
right on. I dropped him in our league. Jahan
Dotson to
just a hot pile of garbage until I needed him, And he's already.
You should have been patient with him. That's what's nice about the best ball leagues is you can kind of like it. You can't be too impatient. You're kind of stuck with the same team, and then that can pay off later on. Because you're like, well, maybe he's not doing great, but maybe in 8 weeks he'll do something, and he does. So,
well, tell us about Dalton Kincaid.
I got Dalton Kincaid. If he shouldn't be available in your league, this is the one I kind of just want to talk about because I'm excited, and I like to take some of my own guys sometimes. I picked him up last week, almost started him over the Jaguars tight end, Evan Ingram. He caught a touchdown, so it was like 15 fantasy points for him. Also had like 8 targets, I think. Pretty solid. I think Josh Allen loves his tight ends. We've seen what he can do with Dawson Knox. Kincaid, a lot of raw talent still. I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, I think he'll do it again. I don't feel uncomfortable because sometimes you get like a lot of receivers will have like the every other game, like they'll do 15 points and then 5 points and 15 points, that kind of thing. So right. I'm not worried about it. I think he's going to get consistent work. And if he's available and even if for a backup tight end, I think he's worth grabbing right now. I think he could. Dawson Knox is going to be out more than just a couple weeks. I think he'll be, and who knows when he comes back, Kincaid might like steal his usage too. So we'll see. But
yeah,
tell us about Mr. Fergalicious.
Fergalicious, Definitious. Make them boys go crazy. Jake Ferguson is a beast. He catches touchdowns all the time. And Dak loves his tight ends. I would say he loves them more than Josh Allen loves his tight ends.
I thought you were going to say Jake Kummerow for some reason.
Jake Kummer.
Kummerow, former Bill.
Oh, okay, sorry. Jake Kummer. I'm like, I do know. We don't have to go down that rabbit hole.
It was Whitewater Jesus.
Yes. Speaking of Whitewater, we were just talking about D3 football teams. Go to any University of Wisconsin, satellite or like off campus, like Whitewater, University of Wisconsin, Platteville, all of those best football programs in the nation. I would, as far as like non-D1, like they
run the ball every freaking play.
Yeah.
4 yard, 4 yard.
They're insane. Like, and if you were to compare, if somebody's more of a baseball person, you can compare them to like Kansas baseball, community college.
I will
baseball.
say Wisconsin is like the Texas of the Midwest in that sense. It's like,
yes,
you just like flip Texas and put it like that. It's Wisconsin because they fucking love football there, like just as much as Texas. That's legit. Like, yeah, Whitewater is like a football town. I've been there once actually.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Jake Ferguson, good guy.
Jake Fergie.
Did he go to you? What were you gonna say?
I was trying to remember why we started talking about Whitewater, but it was because Jake Kummerow. He went there.
Yeah. Ferguson was only owned by 58% of Yahoo leagues, which is weird because he's ridiculously good.
He's like a top 15, isn't he? Tight end?
Yeah, but most leagues only have like one tight end, and so you're not going to put a tight end in your flex. So it's similar to the quarterback position. If you have one, you really don't need to bench. Have one on the bench, but if you want to be conservative, here comes the Wingstop again. Okay, now he's jumped up to 72%. Start him
just after you mentioned him, right after you mentioned him, everyone's like, "Let's go grab him."
Yeah, he's just after I mentioned him. You could see his stats are shooting up. This is hot off the press news. So people go grab them before other people hear about
Exactly.
this podcast.
So this is our big D and feet picks of the week. This is our defense and our kicker. We like to have fun here. It's the jokes that makes things a little more fun around here.
Yes, sir. So we got
But yeah, I have the Jaguars kicker, Mr. Through the Gooch himself, Brandon McManus. We kind of just like pick the same kickers every week.
Yeah, those don't change.
Because like who cares about kickers? Let's be honest here. It's just random. I mean, I guess you could follow like there's some data, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's the real life Noah. Oh my god.
Noah?
Yeah, I picked the Steelers tonight against the Titans. I know I talked about. I mean, it scares me because I'm like, I think. Well, it scares me about Will Levis is like he's either going to throw for like 5 touchdowns tonight, or he's going to throw for like 5 interceptions and no touchdowns tonight. I feel like so.
Depends on
Minka
how much
Fitzpatrick
mayonnaise
is hurt, which made me like give me some pause. But I think TJ Watt will get after him. And they'll, I don't know. We'll see. It's an AFC. It's going to be like a dirty AFC game. I think it's a Thursday night, so it's going to be. I'm just relying on a low scoring game.
It's going to be a dirty one.
I mean, it's a grimy, dirty, like in the dirt game.
It's going to be nasty out there.
Like a lot of runs, like a lot of running the ball tonight. I think. Surprisingly.
Yeah, they're going to be naughty.
I mean, they might.
Okay, so I picked the Falcons versus the rookie, not so great quarterback in Minnesota. So, and then my kicker is Young Ho Koo. Is it Young?
You didn't mention he was Mormon. That's good. I'm proud of you.
He's Mormon too. So,
oh, you got it.
Young Ho Koo's Mormon.
Like a slur when you just say it.
Nah, he's just Mormon. I'm just stating that he's Mormon.
He's Mormon.
I'm just saying he's Mormon because he went to BYU. I don't really think that matters, but you know.
We love Mormons.
Yeah. And then Young Ho Koo or Quay. I've always wondered. I've heard people pronounce his name differently, but we call it Koo here. I want to get that right, but I'm never not going to pick him. He's a great kicker, pretty solid kicker. He's like a career guy now. Like I think he's going to be around the NFL for a while.
Clutch. He's clutch. He's very clutch.
He's my favorite guy. I've never not picked him though. So if you've watched this podcast before, Jet, Ron, Luke, everybody knows that I pick Young Ho Koo every time.
Thank you for that insight.
And here's
we got some names. We got some fantasy names. If you're looking to switch it up, Demario Party for Demario, the guy that you just
Demario Douglas.
Douglas.
Don't sweat it, as in the guy
Montez Sweat, a new Chicago Bear. How do you feel? I want to ask you about that. How do you feel about giving up what is currently the 36 overall pick for Montez Sweat, who you have to pay this offseason?
If we have to pay, because he's been saying some stuff to the media, like, I don't know, we'll feel it out. Well,
that's what you do as a player.
Yeah, I mean, everybody, but nobody says that. You're just supposed to be like, yeah,
that will be, dude.
I want to.
That might be worse than the Chase Claypool trade. Making a player that might make you like draft higher and just getting 8 games out of him for a second round pick. That would be crazy.
So
that'd be the most Ryan Poles thing ever.
Well, I don't know if we get a comp pick if he leaves in free agency. So,
I mean, even then, like a second for a fourth, that's still awful. When it's going to be a top 40 pick probably.
Yeah, all I'm saying is it's not the end of the world if he decides not to come back, but it will suck. I mean,
I know.
But still, he's awesome. I just don't like the language he was using. Alvin and Dobbs,
we traded away Rasul, and like everyone, it's like a shock to the locker room. Everyone's like talking about like someone died. It's freaking awful. Like it's how much he meant to the team. And so it's like the Packers are, God. It's like the one player on the defense that was playing really well, consistently well every game.
Well, I'm happy you guys are going through that. So
I'm sure you are. I almost called you Perna. Bryan.
I'm Bryan too.
He's been a little bit too happy that the Packers suck too.
Yeah. So by the way, Johnny just renamed me today. In the podcast title, we changed the podcast.
Oh yeah, we did for branding purposes.
Purposes, and he just called me Johnny Bark Show with Bryan 2. So I'm literally going to change all my stuff to Bryan 2 now because that's what Johnny wants. He wants me to be an afterthought. So Johnny, you got what you wish. I'm exactly. Bryan 2 now. Here's a fun name. Mahomes, my back, and my crack.
I hope you do. Thank you. Rasul is a good. I'm glad that it was the Bills. I'm glad it was the Bills. If it had to be like an AFC team too. So
Yeah.
Sorry to keep interrupting you, Brian. Go ahead.
I mean, I feel like that was a really great name.
Mahomes, my back,
I'm not gonna say that next word.
and my crack. I like that. That should have been on the State Farm commercial when they were like.
That's where I got it from. That's
the insurance.
Mahomes, my auto,
my back, and my crack insurance.
How do you feel about love? Love is a strange
I think it's a little too. I mean, I don't want to just sound cliche because it's what everyone. It's either like, oh, he sucks, or like, oh, he has flashes of like, which is true. Yeah, I think we still have to wait to the end of the year. And I still think he's getting paid $17 million again next year. So like I think we'd have a great idea, a better idea than we do now, obviously in 10 more games. But it's hard. It's like super hard to get a feel because like who's going to succeed in an offense that lacks? It's like putting Kenny Pickett in Matt Canada's offense, which is you don't know. Like he could be like he has moments where he looks really really good, but you don't like even still you don't know about Kenny Pickett. So
right. And how long will Fields? Oh, there's multiple parts to that question, Johnny. I'm trying to be nice to Chris.
Sorry, I don't like reading.
I'll read it. I have a master's degree.
I just didn't want to cover your beautiful face.
I have a master's degree, Johnny. I can read things.
How I got a communications degree. I didn't do anything in college.
How long will Fields be out, and how do you feel about him? I think Fields will be out. I don't think he's not playing because they're doing it strategically. I think he's not playing because he's legitimately like injured. And like I don't think it's like we're just gonna rest him.
Right? You gotta be careful with those, right?
Yeah, no, it's his thumb that he dislocated his thumb.
Okay. Well, Justin Herbert's playing through it. It's his was it his throwing arm?
I'm pretty sure, and it was
because that's like a big difference. Because Herbert's playing because it was his left thumb.
How do I feel about Fields? I mean, when he's good, he's awesome and he's fun to watch, and I love him. And when nothing's happening, like when it's just a bad game, I'm like, well, I mean, it's just that's how the Bears fans have been with all quarterbacks for all of eternity. We can't just settle for good. We want Aaron Rodgers on our team. We want, a Tom Brady on our team because we've seen what teams with solid career quarterbacks can do, and we just don't have that. And it's weird to be in a franchise where it's like so notable, and it's arguably like a top tier franchise in the NFL as far as like commission comes. And you'd think that we would be able to spend money on a good top tier quarterback, but that's not how that works. It's sad. To be a Bears fan. Why did the Bears get so far away from what worked with Fields before? New coaching.
This is a therapy session for both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's asking the real questions here.
Yeah, they're trying to make him do too much, and he said it like the second week when he said they're trying to make me process this too much. It's making him uncomfortable. So
right. They're challenging him, but it is what it is. That's all I have.
It's a fun time to be. I mean, we might like Packers are at 6 overall right now. Bears are at 1-3 still, or 1-4. So we could have 3 picks between two of us in like the top 5 this year.
Could be a fun year.
It's gonna be a great draft in Detroit.
Great draft.
And Detroit's gonna be like competing in the playoffs, picking like number in the late 20s or even like the 30s. And
Johnny, you want to go to the draft? Want to go to the draft?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing yet. We'll see.
Are you going to go with Perna or Grassi?
I legit don't know. I don't know if I'll probably be needed to stream stuff, but we'll see. Because that was I had to edit a bunch of videos for Tom this year for the draft. So.
Well, anybody wants to go, hit me up.
Whatever. I know a lot of the mods for Tom are going, so you could go hang out with them.
Okay. Is Luke coming across the pond?
Shoehorn that in. I thought Luke was. I don't know. We'll see. What else is going on this week? So yeah, tonight's game: Titans and Steelers. Who you got? If you got to put money on someone,
Titans. No, I actually
I think
don't know.
I took the Steelers tonight. I did take the Steelers. I didn't put
Actually,
money
don't
on
know.
it, but that's who I took on my pick'ems.
The
I think
Steelers are
that
just good every year, like, but they're not great, but they're good every year. Like they don't.
they're
They,
Mike Tomlin led team.
yeah, I was gonna
and
say
they're
Mike
like
Tomlin is so
consistent.
good. Vrabel's
That's
good
why I
too.
think that. I just think that against the rookie quarterback in Will Levis, that they just got to hope. I just don't like. When it comes to a short week, I like to just go with like the better defense and the better coaching. So that's what I'm going with.
Okay.
And if you don't like it, you can. I don't
We
know.
can.
No, I legit.
End.
I like both these teams really, Titans and Steelers. They're both kind of in the same boat where they're like kind of very mid, very like still competing for that spot where they were a few years ago. Because like they both, I think it was 2018 was the Steelers were undefeated, and then like crap the bed, and then Titans were the number one spot in like 2019, and then
Yep. They would say everybody was like, "This is the worst undefeated team ever," with the Steelers, and of course the Titans are like they're just over mid, just slightly all the time. They're never like top tier teams. Yeah, they're both very similar in historical play in the past like 10 years. So
10, yeah.
I would say
and
so.
obviously Titans newer franchise, Steelers historic franchise. But
Right.
You get where I'm trying to come from. Young quarterbacks with Pickett and Levis.
Well,
still don't know what you got with Pickett almost. I mean, it's the most confusing like situation. I feel like you still don't know if he's great. That was my phone. Yeah. Sorry, Jenna. That was my phone. That was Tom. He just texted me something.
Johnny, did you have a good Halloween?
I was moving Halloween.
That's scary.
What was it? Because Saturday is like when everyone celebrated Halloween, and I was moving. Yeah, I was moving a carload of stuff from my apartment into my home.
Yeah.
So I was driving, and it was scary. The drivers were very scary.
Well, I have a 2-year-old that dressed up like a fire truck, and he wanted to get all the candy even though he couldn't eat any of it. So that's awesome for me because I get to eat all that candy. So we went to a very wealthy neighborhood for trick-or-treating.
That's what you got to do.
We got full-size candy bars for a 2-year-old, for a toddler. And so guess what? I got to eat full-size candy bars the past 2 days. So
that's awesome.
Not good for me.
I saw on Twitter someone said someone was selling. They went trick-or-treating and people were selling candy.
What?
To kids. They're like, all right, you want to buy some candy? Like, that's not how this
sounds
works.
like a good deal.
What are you taking everything away? But yeah, I think that's the show for tonight, guys. We got a few minutes before 7. We'll let you go here, but we appreciate y'all coming out.
Enjoy Thursday night football.
We're going to start more punctually at 6 p.m. Central Time every Thursday for the rest of the year, for the rest of the season at least. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for you guys for coming in. Kind of a work in progress show still, but yeah.
Enjoy football tonight.
We don't have any bets for you. Usually we have a bet of the week, but I don't. I have been off the gambling because I've been losing money and I need to maintain my house now. So.
Oh man, I wish I had a picture of what I won on the auction.
Oh my god, you should have. It's on here. Hold on, I can pull it up real quick because you sent it to me on Facebook.
So Chris, that's a good question. We do other, when we're not interviewing people every week, so we have other segments that we do, like This Day in Fantasy Football History. We do this or that's where we ask, would you do this or that? I mean, it's kind of implied in the name. We do weekly awards and superlatives. And here's something I won in my auction. I don't know if you can zoom in on that, Johnny. You might be able to, maybe not. But that's a Kyle Orton. Oh, yeah, we do a new segment called Stump Johnny, where we try and stump Johnny with Packers questions. This is a Kyle Orton signed jersey that says, Kyle Orton, fuck the pack.
Former Bronco as well.
Former Bronco, current champion of the the Bears universe with this awesome. I won this in a pristine auction last night for like $78. But if you know anything about pristine auction, you have to pay a lot of extra money to like with shipping and sellers fees, and it's stupid. But I'm gonna have that hanging up behind me somewhere. I'm gonna move my desk up so you can see that one. And then I'm gonna have a nice little signed Lance Briggs helmet behind me.
You know what? I'm gonna have to get one that says "fuck the Bears." Then, if that's what.
Come on!
It was you
I don't know if
started
you can
it.
find that. No, I mean the Bears
I'll
fans hate
find
Packers more than Packers fans hate. More than the Packers hate the Bears. So
I'll find something.
in my opinion,
I mean, it's just like the Bears still suck. That's what.
Yeah.
Adrian Amos would have done it because he didn't like the Bears after. You guys disrespected him on the way out.
you
I don't
know,
know. We kind of disrespected him on the way out too, but I didn't personally do it. All right, with that, let's play a clip to end the show
yeah, let's play a clip.
as some solidarity for some sucky teams with Bears, Packers, and Broncos fans alike.
We ride and we die together.
Amen. Have a good
Thank
Thursday
you guys
night.
for joining us. This has been Johnny's show with Bryan 2, or Johnny Bark's show with Bryan 2, formerly known as Second String Sports Talk. We're going to figure out our branding later. We thank you guys for joining us. Have a wonderful night. And go football team.
Steelers.
Football team.